Pistons leading by 4. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Walker out there with Williams. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. Back to Thompson. 6 to shoot. Out to Hardaway. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their roles.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Some big news coming in from around the NBA. We welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's on the phone with the latest story. Shams?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. As the trade deadline gets closer, it's the Spurs front office making things happen. They've secured Brook Lopez, who could be a major asset for them. Perimeter shooting, high-level defense, rebounding, rim protection. Lopez does it all. They really believe adding him into their front court will elevate their game on both ends.
Thank you so much, Shams. We sure appreciate the update. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
And you know, Brandon Miller may not have the experience, Doris, so far in the NBA, but boy, does he have a feel for the game.
And Kevin, that to me is something you can't teach. The ability at a young age to read situations well. He can mix his pace. He can create his own space for his shot. The game has already seemed to slow down for this young guy.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once-proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you.
One shot.
That's good from Durant. So, Doris, when you look at the whole package, is Durant a one-of-a-kind player in your opinion?
Well, we certainly have guys with that size, but this is a player who can literally play every single position on the floor. The size, 7 foot. The ball skills, the shooting, the playmaking, the decision-making. I am not sure we will ever see another Durantula, the great one, Kevin Durant.
Here's KD. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. Miller finds Durant. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Thompson against Bridges. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
There's Ball with the 3. Connects from three-point range. Ball's got 11 points.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
Hardaway a screen on Ball. And a wide-open look for Cunningham. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. And the Pistons lead by 3. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Cunningham against Ball. Outside for KD. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. Jaden Ivey, he's checked in for the Pistons. Whitmore, he's checked in for Charlotte. And it's tied up with that one.
Boy, Kevin Durant is one of one, guys. A 7-footer with the complete offensive arsenal. What a privilege to have operated in his era.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And he has been on another level this past month, getting Eastern Conference Player of the Month. Cade Cunningham.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
Pass to Ivy. That's tipped. Stolen by Ball. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Whitmore throws it down.
There's no shortage of verticality to Whitmore's game. He makes for a big target above the rim.
The Pistons trailing. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Ivy finds Thompson. Detroit, no good that time either. Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Ball. Here's Durant. Durant going to work inside.
You take a look at why KD is so special. Not just a ball handler, not just a shooter. So willing to contribute in every aspect.
Ivy passes to Durant. Thompson with it. Williams picks him up. Thompson misses. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Miller. Back to Ball. Just 5 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Nailed from three-point land. And it's a 7-point Charlotte lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Here comes your Pistons hot squad. Show them some love, man. Pistons fans, now on the court, it's your hot squad. Everybody get down. Y'all hear you. Here we go, Bob. Time to get ready for some scream.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Hardaway. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings in the East. Taking a look at Charlotte. Right now, they've compiled the third best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Pistons. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
Checking out Charlotte, they've come through for their fans this season. All the optimism surrounding them, all the high hopes, all proved to be legit.
Well, how about the momentum they have built to get off to this fantastic start? All positive vibes right now for this group.
Now, here is Miller. 9 points in the game so far. Durant sets a screen for Miller. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And it's a 9-point Hornets lead. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Easily in the post. Whitmore defending.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Ivy against Ball. Now, here's Ivy. Tight defense on him. Got a piece of it. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two. It's a jump ball.
Miller inside, guarded by Harris. Miller, no luck. Pistons trail by 11. And here's Ivy. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Will it go? He gets that one. And it's 6 points for Jaden Ivey.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivy, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
Ball kicks to Durant. Detroit with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Back to Beasley. To the middle. Poke loose. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. 5 to shoot. Harris with it. He's picked up by KD. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
He's just one of those veterans you can count on from the line. Harris really makes an impact from the stripe.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
The first free throw is good for the Pistons. Stewart checked in for Jalen Duren, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Thompson. Charlotte also making some changes. Diabate's checked in, and Walker subbed in for Durant. And Harris drops them both. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Now here's Beasley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Pass to Harris. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Beasley outside. Over Whitmore.
An impactful defender. The young forward Walker is good at reading shooters and just stifling their offense.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Down low, the Pistons working the ball around now. From downtown, the shot by Ivy, no good. Hornets leading by 9. Ball surveying the defense. Pass to Diabate. That 3 off the mark. And Beasley has the ball here for Detroit. To the paint. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think things like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
Holland, he's checked in for Harris. Now, here's Ivy. He has 6. Here's Schroeder. Detroit, no good that time either. Charlotte's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Ball finds Whitmore. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Pistons trail by 11. Beasley outside. Inside. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Beasley's got 5.
You love to see a guard like Malik Beasley take it down low and be willing to compete and make a shot.
Here's Mann. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mann's got his first points of the game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint. Ivy
with it. No good from outside.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Beasley. He's got 5. And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Pistons making a change here. Cunningham's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Bridges is checked in for Whitmore. Here's Schroeder. And the 3 ball is good. He's got 8.
Well, you can see Schroeder willing to take more and more threes. If you're going to stay in the league, you've got to make them.
Now here's Ball. 11 points in the game. Man can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's rebounded by Charlotte. Diabate's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Ball. There's the drive. Bridges for 3. Here's Diabate. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
At the line for the Hornets, Diabate. Shooting 1.
One shot.
Pistons trail by 11. Cunningham outside. They get a hand on it. And they're pushing it up. And finished off by Walker.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the 3rd. Now Cunningham. He's got 26. And the foul on Jarris Walker. That is his 1st foul of the game. So it's the Pistons now. Trailing by 13. Good on the 3-point shot.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Ball. He's got 11. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Hornets leading by 10. Bridges inside. Cunningham's there. And that one drops.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here is Cunningham. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. The Pistons have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
At the line for your Pistons, Cunningham. Hey, Cunningham. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And the second free throw, good. There's 14 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Outside, Ball. With 4 seconds on the clock. Bridges inside the 3-point line. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Hornets lead by 11. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Hornets. Isaiah Stewart out there with Holland. Then it's Cunningham. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Man. Puts up a deep 3. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Ivy's checked in for the Pistons. The Hornets also with a sub. Williams is checked in. So it's Detroit now. 11-point game. Here's Cunningham. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Cunningham's got 29.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Now here is Miller. Poked away. Ivy, no one around him. No good on the triple.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Here's Man. Drills the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 12.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Miller finds Williams. And here they come. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
You know, most teams might get worried at a long road schedule like this one, but they've been so good away from home. I think they might be looking forward to it. You have to respect what this team can do when they're in your building.
Here's Man on the wing. Miller. It's stolen by Cunningham. And now the fast break. Ivy with the ball. Here's Durant. Here's Stewart. Got it. Good job in the low post.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
One of your keys defensively is do your work early and push him out of his comfort zone.
Man with it. Covered by Cunningham. Man passes to Durant. Pass to Whitmore. From outside, off the mark. Pistons trail by 10. Here's Ivy. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists now in the game. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
Here comes the fun, Detroit. Hits the Piston dancers.
There's a check-in for Isaiah Stewart. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, during the break, listen in with Charles Lee and his team. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said, that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's man, covered by Cunningham. Pass to Whitmore. Shot clock at 6. Man with it. It's tipped. It's stolen by Cunningham. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And at the offensive end, Cunningham is relentless. He will wear your defense out. And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
The first one falls. Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Great 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. Hornets leading by 5. Durant feeling it out a bit. Ivy against Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Harris outside. Cunningham on the wing. Defended by man. Cunningham inside. Banked in off the glass. Cunningham's got 6 here in this quarter.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Miller finds Whitmore. And here is Williams. Defended by Duran. And it's blocked. And stolen by Whitmore. Outside Williams. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And he knocks down the first one. When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
Williams, a screen on Ivy. Miller, the pass to Williams. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Cunningham outside. Shoots over man. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Cunningham.
Effective from the mid-range. For Cunningham, it's about shooting with confidence.
Williams, a screen on Harris. Durant with a wide-open look. Durant, money from deep.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
And here's Ivy. Here's Cunningham. Duran sets the screen for Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Pass to Harris. Cunningham, a screen on KD. 6 on the shot clock. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Tobias Harris.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Here's Mann. Outside, KD. Over Harris. Durant's shot is good. KD's got 15 points here in the second half.
KD's shot selection is always on point. You want to concede the mid-range, he's more than willing to take it.
Now, here's Ivy. Pass to Thompson. Here's Duran. Shoots over Mann. Duran, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's Durant, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
Where Kevin Durant has really grown is manipulating pick and roll, making the right read, and this guy just adapts and adjusts so quickly.
Here's Ivy. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
At the line for Detroit, Ivy, 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jaden Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for the Hornets. Both shots good from the stripe. Hornets leading by 8. Left side, KD with the fadeaway. Rebounded by the Pistons. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ivy against Williams. Ivy with the bucket. Ivy's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
Cunningham against Ball. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
That's good from Ball.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. To the inside. Here's Duran. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
Harris against KD. Ball with a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Cunningham looking it over. 5 on the clock. With the shot. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Bounce pass from Durant. Bridges against Thompson. From 8. And Bridges finishes it off. And the Hornets lead by 7.
I'll tell you, if you're Miles Bridges, you take the easy shots inside when you get them.
Here's Cunningham. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Outside, Ball. Pass to Williams. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Thompson passes to Duran. Now Cunningham. In the corner, it's Harris. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Time and time again, Harris stepping up with plays to help his team. That guy is a gamer.
Now here's Ball. KD on the wing. A fader. Rebound, Detroit. 1:37 left to play in the final quarter. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Tobias Harris.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Detroit making a switch here. Ivy's checked in. .131 left in the fourth quarter. Durant finds Ball. KD a screen. In the corner, it's Bridges. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Bridges has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the improved perimeter shooting of Miles Bridges on display. A 3 right in your eye.
Timeout, Pistons. Cunningham kicks to Thompson. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Cunningham. Hornets with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And stolen by Ivy. Now Detroit moving it up. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Now here's Cunningham. And a miss there on the triple. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. 13 foul.
Williams finds Ball, and Ball gets double-teamed. Bridges no one around him. And the three off target. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Fourth personal foul. Team 4. At the line for the Hornets, Bridges. Miles
Shoot
Bridges. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And it's desperation time now.
Doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. They need the quickest shot possible. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
So it's Charlotte picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, we expect big games for you. How do you put together 4 quarters of excellence like tonight?
Well, I'm just playing off my teammates. I'm not trying to force anything. Just take what the defense gives me and be aggressive.
Yeah, you set the tone tonight and got the win. Thanks very much, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Kevin Durant.